when you're here. I can feel no doubts, 'cause you keep me where the stars are bound. It doesn't really matter, 'cause you're here with me now. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter, 'cause you're here with me now. It doesn't really matter, 'cause I feel so free now. It doesn't really matter.
What is happening, everybody? Welcome back for our 14th episode of TennoView. For those of you who have watched every episode or joined the cast on every episode, I appreciate that. We do this little segment twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, sometimes Fridays, where we interview other Warframe broadcasters and content creators. And the idea is to build a sense of community between larger and smaller broadcasters to get each other to know each other so that when you go to another chat, you know someone knows you, that knows that you stream. Knows a little bit more about you as a streamer or broadcast or YouTuber. And we just sit down for about 30 minutes, talk about what you like about Warframe, how you feel about streaming. And today's guest is an awesome person, a friend of mine, Mr. Crestbear. He has been following my channel for a bit now. I've hung out in his channel. He's a very chill dude. I really enjoy his company. He's got a good attitude, and he's just a pleasure to be around. So we're gonna get into the interview with him right now. Crestbear, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
I'm fantastic, dude. Had a great day. I've been looking forward to this. Thank you for being so understanding and taking a day back so that we could get this done right with no distractions from the beta. So the first question that I ask everybody, if you've watched before, you know it's coming. When did you start playing Warframe and what got you into it?
It was about 60, 70 days ago, and what got me into it was I was watching a friend of mine named Sumta. He was playing Warframe, streaming, and I was like, wow, this game has changed a lot since I last played it. And I gave it a shot and just immediately fell in love with the current version of Warframe.
Awesome. Who's your favorite Warframe?
I would say Mesa.
What about her? What makes you love her?
I just love her attitude. No, I just love the fact that I can just output that DPS. Because I always loved busy frames. I'm always doing something.
Right on. I love Mesa too, so there's no complaints from me there. I think that's a great choice. Everybody should own a Mesa, in my opinion. Now, you said you've been playing for 60 days?
60, 70 days.
All right, and how long of that have you been streaming it?
All of it. I've been consecutive about it.
Okay. Did you stream anything before Warframe?
Yeah, I usually did horror games, any games that really just came up. Just miscellaneous things. I was a variety streamer, per se.
Okay. And how long have you been streaming for?
I think it's been a year since last July, this July, so yeah, it's about a year and a month.
Right on.
Close to a year and a month.
That's awesome. What has your experience been like on Twitch so far?
Oh, it's been great. Mixed bag with other games, but here it's just been fantastic.
No qualms about the Warframe community so far?
Not at all. It's like I personally came from a toxic community.
What community, if you don't mind me asking?
It was it was just a little side game I played. Was called The Isle. Not many know about it, but I was used to be pretty big on The Isle. I knew the developers and all that. It was a pretty niche sort of game.
Okay.
And I just got fed up with the community because the developers are just complete bullies at times, and they just like to talk down to other smaller developers and people, and I see people in chat just cheering them on for that. I was like, nah, this place isn't for me.
And then after, so that's when that happened is when you just decided to pick up Warframe again, or was there another game?
I was playing, I was playing some more horror games.
Okay. What's
Little
your favorite?
Nightmares, Outlast.
What's your favorite horror game?
Shoot, that's a hard question.
You're welcome.
Most recent was probably be Little Nightmares. Same thing with Soma. Those are, I really like games that have like really deep storylines and such. Same thing with Black Plague, Penumbra.
And what is
Great
it?
games.
What is it about horror game that draws you in?
Oh, just story, really.
The story.
Yeah, story, interesting plots, interesting environment, art, the environment.
Personally, I'm not a big fan of horror games because I don't like being scared.
Oh,
But-
if you want to play a lot of horror games, it don't really phase you anymore.
It's just like watching horror movies, I'm sure, where you start realizing when jump scares are going to be coming and kind of prepare
Yeah.
yourself for it. My favorite horror game, I don't know if it's considered a horror game, but Alan Wake is like one of the ones that I got super into. And there's just times when I was literally, it felt like I was reading a book while I was playing, which was really
Wow.
cool. And,
Well, it is a portrayal of Stephen King telling a story.
Is it?
Yeah, it's basically a Stephen King story. He's going through the story, a Stephen King novel. Well, Stephen King going through his own novel. That's why he's
I
got
didn't
his
even
main
know
character. Yeah.
Huh. That's fascinating. That's cool. I recently replayed it. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. Stay. Yeah. I think that was the only game I've ever played where I actually like put a blanket over my head and was like, "Oh my god, what's gonna happen next?"
Oh yeah. It was
Yeah.
really ahead of its time.
Yeah. I absolutely agree. So back to Warframe. Your experience with the community has been positive so far, right? Is what you're
Yes.
saying? What is your favorite part about the Twitch community?
So
as far as it
far,
pertains to Warframe.
helpful everybody is, helpful, friendly, just really everything. I feel like since they've given me all this help and like friendliness, I want to give something in return to them. If you know what I mean. I feel like the need to.
Yeah, no, I
That's how-
absolutely understand. I absolutely understand that, man. Is there anything negative that you've experienced so far?
Maybe some elitists here and there, but that's about it.
I agree with you on that. If there was one thing you could change, what would it be? No, it's hard. I know.
But- let's see. That's a hard question.
Mm-hmm.
I'll leave that up in the air.
No, you gotta answer it, man. You gotta find something. We ask the tough questions here, man. I know.
I wish I
it's
could have
hard.
more people I could help at. I wish I had more parties than 4 people that I can help more people out at once.
Well, I see how
There
you
you go.
twisted that. But I'll let it slide. 'Cause you're a nice guy.
There you go. I wish I could help more people at a time. There you
So, was there anything that happened, a person or an experience that made you decide to start streaming? In general, not just Warframe.
Just mostly, I had a friend. I was just browsing through YouTube, and I'm a big person when it comes to PC parts. I love building PCs. I used to work at a computer shop. I met this friend who was also a streamer on YouTube, and he invited me to play some Overwatch with him, and I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." Streaming, this whole streaming thing.
Mhm.
And he said, like, you should give it a try. And I'm like, okay. And I think my first game that I actually tried was something Human Revolution, Deus Ex. And I remember like it was yesterday. It was laggy. I try and figure out OBS.
Mm-hmm.
It was a mess.
and then it just kept going. What kept you
Yeah,
going? What's your favorite part about streaming besides helping people?
just meeting people and having people to hang out with.
Okay. How has Twitch changed your life?
It made me a much happier and more social person, because I've always been much of a shut-in.
Okay. So it helps you interact with people, even though you may not normally do it in your everyday.
Exactly.
Dope. Do you do anything to mentally prepare yourself for a stream, or are you just fired up?
I usually have a 5-minute timer to just give some big sighs, big deep breaths before I start. That's about it.
What's your least favorite part about streaming?
Whenever Twitch is being a butt,
When you can't do it? Or what do you mean
like
by that?
like for example, like Twitch is down or OBS is messing up.
Hmm.
Yeah, technical stuff is always a pain.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Have you experienced any trolling yet as a streamer? Like hardcore, not normal joking and stuff, but something that's kind of upset you on a personal level?
Yeah, I don't really tolerate toxicity. I usually, whenever somebody's coming in with ill intentions, I usually just ban them.
Zero tolerance for bullshit. I can dig
Mm-hmm.
it.
Wido is the exception. I love him.
He's a fat troll. Are there any streamers in the Warframe directory that kind of inspire you or you look up to?
Oh man, let's see. Definitely Rio.
Life of Rio, that little bitch. All right.
Life of Rio. Yourself.
Me? No.
Shoot. W Greats. He kind of
Those?
inspired me to make me do some do-overs on my layout.
Oh, he did. How do you do that?
Well, I just watched one of his streams, and I'm like, huh, how about a gamer desk while I'm streaming?
There you go.
So I threw one together with Photoshop, and that's about it.
Awesome. Why do you look up to Rio?
He's just a big, overflowing pot of personality.
Ain't fucking true.
I know. It's just I wish I was like that, but I'm just very monotone, soft spoken, really chill.
Well, we all are who we are, and that's kind of what makes the suit of Twitch so great, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I know that's what I like about your streamers. I can just come in. I don't even have to really say anything. I can just lurk and listen. You know, the chill vibe. I dig the chill vibe, if you can't tell.
Thank you.
Now, I have to ask, what's with the panda suit?
It's a onesie.
Well, it's a suit. It's the same thing.
It's comfortable. It's kind of cold out here sometimes. Here in Louisiana.
Louisiana and cold don't seem to register in my brain.
It gets pretty cold from. It has like various. The weather just varies. Some days it's hot, some days it's cold. Well, yeah, I love that thing.
But what made you put it on? Like, why did you start wearing it? I'm gonna dig at
Shit.
you, Crest. You gotta open up, bud. Otherwise, it's gonna be the shortest interview ever.
Okay. Would it be silly if I said clickbaits?
No, that's an honest answer, and it's perfectly acceptable. That's what I want. I want the truth.
Yeah. That's basically what started. I had this idea. It was like, what would make me different from the waves of like a sea of streamers whenever somebody's scrolling down? That was the thought that came across my mind.
And you know what, Crest? That's a great answer. Thank you. That's perfect. There's nothing wrong with that answer whatsoever. It's honest, and people like. Look, I understand being shy and not wanting to ruffle feathers and not wanting to, upset anybody with maybe something that might be seen as a sellout mode. But that is a legitimate strategy. Like,
Hmm.
I don't know greats on a personal level, but that's part of what attracts people there. Is when you're scrolling through the directory, there's a fucking dog. Like
Oh
what?
yeah.
And you're gonna click at interest, and that's smart. That's good. It's good tactics. People, that's something that people who are just starting or trying to get an idea for their stream could think about. It might be a
Mm.
gimmick in some people's eyes, but at the same time, for me, I think it's a great idea and it's smart, and it goes with
Yeah.
your name.
I
And
was actually called Crestfallen 092 before I changed my name. And the community, I changed it because my community used to just calls me Crestbear. My group of friends prior to Warframe just called me Crestbear.
you kind of look like a bear.
Yes.
All right, so now this is gonna be hard. I know it's gonna be
Hmm.
really hard. I gotta give you gotta give. Let me open up your heart. Let the people know who you are. All right, you ready? You ready?
Alrighty.
What are you about, and how would you describe yourself?
I'm definitely about just chilling out, hanging with friends. I personally, as far as Twitch goes, I really don't really care about the numbers as long as somebody comes by and say hello and hang out. That's all. That what keeps me going, to be honest. I just like helping people in Warframe. People come in asking questions. I help them out with missions and such, and I give people what I can to help them out as well. Because share the wealth is something like that. And the sorry, English second language.
Is it actually your second language?
Yeah.
I'm not laughing. Well, hold on. We don't. I'm not laughing. I'm smiling because I'm just letting him go. I'm not. I wasn't not gonna say a word. I was just gonna let him keep going because I could see. I could like picture him like, help, help. I can relate to the feeling that he's feeling right now. I can hear it in his voice. So it's cute. It was an adorable smile. Like, oh, I love you, Crestbear. Like I get that. That's me. Hi.
I know.
Anyway, so what can someone expect the first time they come to your stream besides a man in a panda suit?
Just me chilling, listening to either Glido likes to put on Chicken Attack, and I'll just sing along to it.
Chicken
I
attack.
I'll probably sing along. I'll try to sing along to the songs that people put on. Especially oh man, I did like a drum stream like 2 days ago, and I was just
What a drum
horribly
stream.
singing. I did a horrible singing, and everybody was just having a great time. It was hilarious.
That's the best
Love
part
it.
about Twitch, man. It's just having a great time.
Hmm.
Just having
Exactly.
a great fucking time. Oh.
When you're alone.
Go for it. Take the floor is yours. Sing it. Sing it,
Shit.
Chris. You start. You done did it. You fucked up. Now you gotta sing it. Go ahead. Let the people
It's
hear
just
it.
stuck in my. No!
The people hear it.
You're never alone. I already forgot the
Alright,
lyrics.
that's fine.
Only whenever the song is blaring.
I'm satisfied. Man, has there ever been a day where you thought, man, I don't want to stream?
Whenever I'm watching whenever a surprise family visit, or I just feel like binge watching something. I'll just let people know it's like, hey, I'm taking the day off today since I basically stream every day.
Okay.
I'm glad that people understand if I want to take a day off.
Like I can relate to that as well. Now, what was I gonna say? There was a question from that I wanted to ask. So, when you let people know, where do you do that?
I usually just let them know on Discord. Tell them on Discord. I leave it on my Twitch channel saying, "Hey, no stream today. Family visiting, or I'm going on a date with my wife."
Oh, you're married.
Sort of thing. Yes.
How does she feel about you streaming?
She tolerates it. She tolerates it.
Will there ever be a Crest and Wife Bear stream?
We did. We
Did you?
Yeah, we did. It was kind of. You get two awkward people doing a stream. We had a few buttholes come in, but it was easily snipped in the butt.
Yep. Yep. What do you want to get from streaming going forward? What would your ideal future look like on Twitch?
Really, just be part of this Warframe community. Because I just love this community so much. Too much.
What do you mean by that?
And that
It's an interesting.
I just want to be. I want to be out there. I want to help people out. If they need help, they know who to go to, and like everybody else, nice place, hang out, chill. And I'm trying to. Shit. Lost my train of thought there.
Happens. What are your thoughts on the new update coming?
Oh, I'm very excited.
Are you more
Having
excited
an open
for
area.
Umbra or Plains?
Not so much about Umbra, but mostly, definitely Plains. It's gonna be weird to have Warframe, not a rat maze.
Yep, that's a good way to describe it. Actually, it's a rat maze.
Open world rat maze, action ninja, third person shooter.
Right on. Is there any questions from chat before we move on to the last couple questions here with Crest? Let's give him a chance to answer. I think well, it doesn't look like we have anything. His beard. What about his beard?
His beard. Like, what products I use on my beard? Or...
Oh yeah, you said your English is your second language?
Yes.
What's your first?
It's Portuguese. I
Oh.
was originally born there.
Okay. When did you move to America? Or I'm assuming.
Let's
Oh, you said Louisiana, so.
2002-ish.
Oh, what brought you to the States?
Well, mostly because my father, he had a sister who has bone marrow cancer, and he was the only donor. He was the only compatible to actually do the transplant.
And did that go successfully, or?
Yeah, she got to see. She lived for another 2 years. She got to see her new nephew. Things that she would have not have seen if he hadn't come sooner.
Well, that's awesome. Sorry for your loss, but at the same time, I'm glad that she got those extra couple years.
Yes, I'm glad.
Lito wants to know how you met your wife and when did you get married?
Oh goodness. I met my wife in art class.
In Portugal
She
or
was
in the States?
in the States.
Okay.
It was in high school. We've been together for about 8 years, and we've been married for 2. I met her in an art class. She was going up. I was hanging out, talking with the teacher. Really cool person. And she goes, go get a Sharpie. And then I hand her the Sharpie, and I out loud said, "That is the most beautiful girl I have ever seen." I said that actually out loud. And then my teacher's like, "Well, go talk to her." and so I did. I got to talk to her for a little while. She gave me her phone number. And it was it was just the day before the Christmas vacation. So everything just lined up like perfectly.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Big pimp.
Yes. basically like a basically like a fairy tale, I guess,
Yeah.
as I like to call it.
High school sweetheart, and now you're married, and gonna have the babies.
Oh God, children! I don't even get start. I don't want to think about children just yet.
I think you got a few years to wait, man.
Yeah, I want to enjoy being young, rich, married couple.
So now it's my favorite part of the interview. We
Mhm.
have completed the interview process, so we got to wind it up with the random question. Are you ready? Nobody knows what it's going to be.
Alrighty.
Really? Are you doing anything fun this weekend?
Besides streaming,
Yes.
that's about it.
Okay, well, that one sucked.
Other than yeah, other than going to work,
What are you most
uh,
worried about right now?
I don't choke.
I think you're doing just fine, buddy. I haven't heard you gag yet, so no choking here. Well, Chris, I want to say thank you for joining me on this, dude. I had a blast talking to you. Is there any question that you have for me as a person, as a streamer, or anything that you want to any closing thoughts you want to put out there to the people listening right now?
Um, let's see. I really don't think so. But then I'm gonna think about it later. And I'm like, oh my gosh! You tell them to sit up, sit up. Tell them to sit up.
Well, all right,
I,
my
I
man.
love you.
I love you too, buddy. I appreciate you doing this. I had a lot of fun. I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
turn up the music a little bit, and you're gonna send us out. Are
Alrighty.
you ready? All right, the floor is yours. Stand by. Thank you guys, everybody, for watching at home. Thanks for joining up on the cast today. It was a great time. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're watching on YouTube, thanks for coming by and checking it out. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about it. And if you guys have any suggestions on future guests, let me know, and I'll try to get in contact with them and get them on here. If you are a Warframe caster or YouTuber and you're looking for a little more exposure, or you just want to talk about yourself, come talk to me. Hit me up in my Discord. Send me an email. Let's get you on here. We're scheduling out for the rest of August, so there's slots available. Any and all sizes are welcome. I'd love to talk to you. Crestbear, it was a pleasure,
Yes.
man. Send us out.
All right. Peace out, everybody.
That's it.
What do you want me to say? Just
Say goodnight, good night, John Boy. Say goodnight, John Boy.
oh, good night, John Boy.